Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Continuing, we're doing part 3 now, explaining the fractions. So we stopped at, let's go back here. Okay, very good. So we compared in the previous video 9/4 with 19/8. Very good. And then showing both of these fractions at the same line, and then we can figure out which one is smaller and which one is bigger, or maybe they're equal. So I'm gonna pick another numbers, right? And then I'm gonna compare them, but with a different strategy. So let's pick, it's one of the problems that we have in problem 2 to compare. It's gonna be 16/8 with 4/2. So 16/8 with 4/2. We can do the same strategy using the number line and then doing the 0. If this is 1, if this is 1, 2, and 3, we can do the same thing. But I'm gonna show, and I'll let you do it yourself. But I'm gonna show you another way of comparing these fractions quicker without using the number line. So let's erase this number line. That's not the method I'm gonna be using this time. I am gonna show you that 4/2, you can either, we want to convert this lower number to a number that is exactly like the other number we're looking for. So we want to convert or change this fraction, right, 4/2, to another fraction that has 1/8 in the bottom, right, 1/8. So we ask ourselves, 2, I have to multiply 2 with a number to get 8. So what is this number I need to multiply 2 by to get 8? So obviously, if you think a little bit, 2 times 4 equals 8, right? Very good. And then after I find the number that I need to multiply with to get 8, I can multiply the denominator, which is the upper number, with the same number. I multiply it with 4, so 4 times 4 equals 16. Very good. So now, because I multiplied the upper and lower number of our fractions, right, which is the denominator, it's called denominator, with the same number, if I multiply it with the same number, that means I am not changing the fraction. I'm just changing the format, but the fraction is still the same. Is exactly the same. So 4/2 is equal to 16/8. So now I go back to my problem and I say 16/8 is equal 4/2. Very good, very good. And then we can do the same thing for 9/4 and 19/8. So 9/4 and 19/8. Very good. So we did this before, and we figure out which one is bigger with the number line, and then it takes some time, right? But we can do that quicker by just changing one of the fractions. Basically, it's called coming up with the common denominator, meaning making the lower number the same, making the lower number the same for both fractions, and then it's going to be easy for you to figure out which one is bigger. So let's change 9/4 to a number that has 8th in the bottom. So same thing, what number I multiply 4 to get 8? So I multiply 4 times 2, right? Equals 8. So I use the same number here to multiply the upper number. So 9 times 2. Well, 9 times 2 equals 18. Very good. So now I changed 9/4 to 18/8. 18/8, and they are the same. So I go back to my comparison. Now I can compare 9/4, which is equal 18/8. Now I have 18/8. I want to compare now 18/8 instead of 9/4 to 19/8. 19/8. Now I think it's easy for me to figure out which one is bigger, 18/8 or 19/8. Since now they have the same unit fraction, which is 8th, now I can easily just compare the upper number, which is 18 and 19. Definitely 19 is bigger than 18, so I am gonna select that 19/8 is bigger than 18/8. So I just thought about showing you the other way of comparing these fractions, because sometimes some of these fractions are just the same, for example, right? For example, 4/2 and 16/8. For example, 4/2 and 16/8. This is one of the problems too. We want to compare 4/2 and 16/8. So the easy way to do it, I can change this number to a fraction. Let's change it to a fraction that has a 8 in the bottom. So I do the same thing. Okay, so 4/2. I'm gonna multiply the lower number with some number to get 8 in the bottom. So what do I multiply 2 by to get 8? Obviously 2 times 4 equals 8. So I multiply the same number in the upper. So let me just use this with a different color so that it can. So 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 4 equals 8. And then 4 times 4 equals what? 16. So now 4/2 is equal to 16/2. So I go back here, I say, oh, exactly, 4/2, 16/8, they are equal, right? But I can prove it. This is how you can prove it, by making the lower number the same. You can also change 16/8 to another fraction that has 2 in the bottom, but then you're gonna do division instead of multiplication. So I find it easy to just do multiplication is easy than doing division, probably. Okay, so I hope this conclude the tutorial for lesson 19 problem set 3-5 revision. And I hope to see you again inshallah in the next tutorial. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.